The Clever Fox and the Harsh Winter. The lush green trees were covered in white snow. It was the peak of winter, and the entire forest had fallen silent after the snowfall. The animals that had stored food before the cold weather arrived were enjoying their cozy homes, eating happily, but those who had not prepared were shivering in the cold, wandering in search of food. The fox usually relied on fat rabbits and plump partridges for her dinner. However, she was wise enough to collect leftover breadcrumbs before winter arrived. These scraps proved useful on days when food was scarce. One day, the fat rabbit had gone to visit his grandmother, and the partridge was also away from home. That night, the fox and her husband had to settle for stale bread scraps. The next morning, the fox set out on a hunt, but the forest was empty. Snow had buried everything, and no prey was in sight. After hours of searching, she sat under a tree, exhausted and hungry. Just then, she heard a faint rustling sound. Her ears perked up as she scanned the surroundings. A small, skinny mouse appeared from beneath the snow, searching for seeds. The fox's mouth watered, and she lunged forward, but the mouse sensed the danger and quickly darted into its hole. Disappointed, the fox trudged back toward her den. On the way, she spotted a hollow tree trunk. Inside, a squirrel was curled up, sheltering from the cold. The squirrel had a stockpile of nuts and dried fruits. The fox, putting on her sweetest voice, said, "Dear friend, you have so much food. Could you spare a little for a hungry soul like me?" But the squirrel was wise. She replied, "Fox sister, I worked hard all summer to gather this food. What did you do? If you had prepared in time, you wouldn't be starving now." The fox had no answer. Feeling ashamed, she walked back home and told her husband, "We must gather food before winter next year. Otherwise, we will starve again." This lesson stayed with the fox forever. The next summer, she worked hard and stored enough food to last through the harsh winter. Moral: those who work hard and plan ahead always prosper, while those who remain careless suffer in difficult times.